It's interesting because for me, it's like everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, Arsenal got to win their 2 games," but will Man City win their 2 games? That's the thing. I don't think you beat Bournemouth. You know what I mean? They're fighting for what, top 6? You know what I mean? So what? I think Arsenal go into that game there thinking, you know what, they're chilling, comfortable. It's just whether Man City can win their games. I still don't think it's guaranteed Man City win against Bournemouth. So that's the biggest obstacle. Forget Arsenal dropping points. Will Man City win their final 2 games? You know what I mean?
Title race is done, chap.
Yeah, like I don't even think Man City are winning their.
Let's not
Yeah.
skirt around this. This weekend was the definitive weekend, right? West
Mm.
Ham are the only team that have got anything to play for. We saw that in that game, and they gave it all they could. They should have took the chance they had at the end. Arsenal got through it.
Yeah.
They found a way. Man City, they lost the title. As soon as Mark Gurley played that pass to Barry, they lost the title. And to be honest, if Doku doesn't get that late equalizer, it's even worse. City have just dropped too many points.
Yeah.
They've just dropped too many points. There's been the draw at home to Forest. There's been games where you just look at City and you think, this is uncharacteristic that you would drop points in these types of games, especially when you know it's coming to the crunch time. And I'm looking at them, I'm thinking, they're almost there. Like, for them to not be completely fine-tuned and be second. I mean, we've seen worse drop-offs, but there's something missing. Still something quite missing there. And I've never been fully confident in City. It's only when they beat Arsenal at home in the Etihad I thought, oh, we got something here. But I always felt they could still drop the ball again. And for me, there's absolutely no way that Arsenal will not win this league now. It's not a jinx, it's not a joke, it's reality. Like I said, I don't even think Arsenal could, even if Arsenal drew at West Ham, I wouldn't have been, I mean, obviously I would have taken it, but I don't even feel like the goal difference is going to get caught up by City. They're going to Bournemouth, like you said, they're not going to smash Bournemouth to pieces. They're not going to make up the goals, let alone win all the games. It's just, it's too much to do. It's too much to do, man.
We're on an incredible run at the minute. Like we've not been beaten 19, and that's mad. But like you say, the draws, it's too inconsistent. You can't draw at home to Forest, draw away to West Ham, draw away to Tottenham, draw at home to Chelsea with a second to go. These are the games that I'm looking at. Mark Gay incident happened late near the end of the season, but we had a chance to capitalise, and Arsenal have been the same. They've had a chance to blow us away. Let's be realistic. Arsenal should have wrapped this up just after Christmas, really, but they let us slip. A semi-decent, I won't say a semi-decent because City are decent, but an old City team would have took it, but we didn't, and that's where you've got to be. And it's all right, people making excuses, but you can't make excuses for them games. The players, they didn't perform, and people like, you can't say that about our players. I can say that about our players because I've seen Manchester City teams do the unthinkable before. And you've got to admit that they've not been good enough. They've not been sharp enough. They've not been ruthless enough to take advantage when Arsenal have slipped. The fact that we're going into the last 3 games of the season and we're still on the coattails, you can't ask more than that. If Arsenal go and win the league, they deserve to win the league. And when it's your year, it's your year. Look at it. We'll talk about the game yesterday, but briefly, but look at some of the things that happened in that game yesterday. It's a mirror image of things that have happened in games over the past couple of seasons. Saves, Ortega, Tottenham, Raya, West Ham. Incidents, Rodri, handball, fucking last minute goal kick. So there's always dramas like this. It throws it up near the end. That's why I was saying to people, you've got to get to that end of the season mix up because anything can literally happen. This is how it is now. One decision going one way. We could be on here now talking about if Fernandes buries that, we could be talking about they've got something to hold on to. They dig deep. Arsenal get beat 1-0. Man City win the games, they win the league. So this is the fine margins you're in. But when you leave it to, when the players leave it to another team to set your fate, there's nothing you can say. There's nothing I can say. I can't come on here and start going, I'll back my team to the death to do what we need to do. But at the minute, we could do what we need to do, still lose the league. So I'm here where I'm in no man's land at the minute. I'm just saying City win their games. If something happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then we wasn't good enough this season. That's all you can say.
Yeah, man. I'm with Matisse, man. Title race. Well, I knew this over weeks ago, but for banter purposes, for whole PM, co-PM, call it what you want. We wanted it to go a certain way, a certain direction. Well, me anyway. I'll admit it, and we've discussed it before, but yeah, City haven't been good enough, and Arsenal have ultimately been good enough. Now, the word "good" might not come to everyone's mind when they talk about Arsenal winning the title, but they have. After 38 games, they're going to have to be deserved winners. Limping over the line, or call it what you want, you have to get the job done. And against West Ham, they found a way. We might get into the game, I don't know, but it was a mad game. It was like sort of, Arsenal looked comfortable until that substitution where you put Rice right back. That could have got techie, you know what I mean? But ultimately, they got the job done. City haven't been good enough. They got a little burst of inspiration from Guehi and Semenyo signings in January, gave them a little impetus, and every neutral thought, okay, here we go. The old City, they're going to go on a 16, 17 game not unbeaten, winning run. See, Steve, remember, we've been in battles through where if we drew a game, it was all over. It was not about unbeaten. It was about winning consecutively. Because a draw, you get lost. We never lost in the last, run-ins. It was always a drop of a point, a drop, or even a draw. And those draws against Forest, was it? The last one was an absolute killer. Was the last one a Forest one, wasn't it? Yeah. That was the final nail in the coffin. And then for Arsenal, it was all about West Ham. We said it's all about West Ham because the fact that they're going to have a packed house, they're going to be fighting relegation. This is do or die for the Hammers, London derby, etc., etc. Arsenal get over the line. That was the final like clinging of hope for non-Arsenal fans. But once they got that job done, once that goal was disallowed in the 96th minute or whatever, I felt the emotions from Turkish.
Why didn't you come yesterday?
I was scared. Don't scared. I was scared. I knew, bro. I was scared. I admit it. It's a big man to admit it, right? I'm admitting it.
I don't think a big man can twerk all season and not be there.
No, not twerk. I wasn't twerking. I was just playing the game. I was not twerking. Like these lot are genuinely twerking. Please don't compare me to these lot. These lot are genuinely.
No, you're just a bit older, so your twerk is a bit stiffer.
There has been a lot of twerking going on this season, to be honest.
Your twerking's a bit stiffer. Okay.
Now look what's going on. The same guy, the same club, the same guy you might have been twerking for. Imagine strip club, 3 strippers just twerking away, and that person looks at them and says, "You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Look at you lot. How can you get any lower? Tobes ain't even here. He's one of the 3. Can you get any lower? Can you? I just don't."
Listen, man. Long summer, innit? Well done. As like Matisse, we have to take it in. You know what I mean? We have to hold that. You know what I mean? And take it all in. Arsenal are champs. Well done. Man City didn't get over the line. I don't even think it's gonna. I'm with Saeed. I don't think it's gonna go to the last day. I think still,
it won't.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go to the last day.
Let me clarify this, Jaden, because your brain doesn't understand. Every opposition that I have twerked for, because I use that word, so let's use that word, has had a direct impact on Arsenal Football Club, Jaden. Yeah? Do you understand, Jaden? Now tell me the clubs that Matisse, Tobes, and to a lesser extent, but still an extent, Grizz, tell me the clubs they twerked for and what impact it had on their clubs. Now understand that fully. Not just you, Jaden. You are just the I don't know. No disrespect, but the dummy here. But everyone that says, "Oh, you've twerked too," for Arsenal, every single time for my club. Do you understand? And when we was in the pits, the only club I ever, and it was once, the only club I ever really rooted for, all of us here, was Liverpool Champions League final against Tottenham. That's the only time, once only. And even that, I was disgusted. Not that Liverpool, I'm rooting for them, but because Tottenham were in the final. But understand fully, Jaden and everyone else, there's a big difference. Yeah, there's a big difference. But it's sweet.
I'm proud to say though, over the season, I haven't twerked for no one. No one. Even though my team's involved, I don't do that shit. I'm too old for that shit now. I just sit back and let karma
Say no more, Jaden. Say no more.
You know what I mean?
Say no more.
That's where it be.
And this is sweet. And the way, I mean, listen, Grizz lighting, Matisse has raised the white flag so many times this season. He's turning into Toad, zombie. Like, how many times are you dead, brother? Like, how many times are you out of something? Again, there's going to be white flag Sunday after FA Cup. It's going to be like the 7th white flag this season. You have 7 lives. What are you? But yeah.
So you know what it is with Steve. You know, obviously the Arsenal fans are going to be on to you because obviously you've given them a lot of shit. There's obviously clips out there. You know what I mean? But
let it happen. Let it happen.
No. I agree.
I'm proud of my performance this season because I've been consistent every single season. Every single season you've seen me on this show, I have been exactly the same. I won't take no shit off no one. I say my own opinion. I don't twerk for no one. I back the club, I back my players, and I back myself. And then at the end of it, if I makes myself look a twat, I'll admit I've been a twat. But there's no way on God's green earth I am bending or folding whichever way anyone on this panel or this chat wants me to go. I am me, and that is me. And I'll always be the same. And I go on different shows, different channels. You'll never see me flip-flop. You'll never clip me on this one. He said that on there, but he said that on there. I always stay the same. If you're a twat, I'm telling you, you're a twat on every single platform I'm on. And if I like you, I'll tell you I like you on every single platform I'm on. There'll be no more sugarcoating it. So I'm ready for it. You know, my fans and my City fans, they enjoy my style. And yeah, it ain't going to change, mate. It ain't going to change. No matter what happens this season, I'll be ready to go. You know what I mean? Jon Snow, sword in hand, ready to go next season. You know what I mean? Ready to fight.
Just a quick one. Have you bended and folded now, though? Do you admit now? Or are you still...
Never.
Okay, fair enough. No, I get it mathematically, but we'll talk.
Yeah, 2 points. We'll see how we go. You've got to, man. You've got to. Like I've said, we're just going to roll with it.
It's over to them Wednesday. It's over to us Monday. It's over to them Tuesday. If it's not settled then, last day of the season. It's a beautiful thing.
And do you know what winds them up the most? The fact that I'm like that. They've all been strung along nicely this season. You know what I mean? My job is like WWE, innit? I'm the heel, innit? You know what I mean? I'm Hollywood Hogan, innit? When he walks in and he starts slamming people and they're all crying, he shouldn't be doing that. That's what he shouldn't be saying that. Why is he saying this? Why is he saying that? But, you know, we know we're an insecure lot. I've never seen a bunch of fans this week more angry and aggressive when they're on top of the league. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, come on, relax, man. Relax. But maybe that'll come in time. If they win it, then maybe next season they might relax. But never seen
you've rattled a lot of cages. That's the like Saeed said. I know you, so we talk offline too. So I get what you're saying. But Saeed's right. If we go on to win this, the amount of the DMs you get might beat the record. I think when you
know what though, today I've had a few DMs today and I've enjoyed it. The banter's good, man. I've seen a couple of young kids dancing that with a City bottle, and I put it on my story. I thought I like it. That's the kind of shit I like. They're on it, man. I like that. The younger generation are having the banter. You know, then you get the dark side of the moon, which I've had today as well. And I'm thinking, wow, man, you need to get out more. But at the end of the day, every Arsenal fan, you've seen it. The love I get when I'm in London from Arsenal is not what you see online. But listen, I'm bringing it. If you talk the talk, you've got to walk the walk. And if you don't, you're going to get slapped up. You're going to get shit. You're going to get... I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. Don't forget, I sat in Shoreditch, on my own on a pasting table and told everyone that Manchester City was a bigger club than Arsenal. Yeah, the whole crew was there. But I'll tell you something, they didn't win. They didn't win. You know what I mean? But listen, it is what it is. We're going. It's been a long season, couple of games to go. We'll see where we go.
Yeah, 100%. Online is online, man. Real life people respect it. You get me, like the banter and that, and the back and forth. You know what I mean? Obviously, social media is social media in it, but I think when you see people in real life, they're like, "Yo, let's have it in it." You know what I mean? And it's all banter, man. It's all banter.
Look at the chat now. Who can do that? There's nobody can do that like me. Look at it.
Yeah,
There's foam coming out of people's mouths at home. There's steam coming out of ears. You know what I mean? And these dogs getting volleyed around the living room right as we speak now because of me. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah.
What I did realize recently in a couple with the couple back and forths we had, the back and forth you and Matisse had, you have a legion out there. A message to that legion: make sure you lot are here, yeah, come the end of the season. Make sure the same vim is in the comment section the end of the season, because the vim was good. The vim was very good. So I'm looking forward to that. And if we do it, this is the sweetest way. Because let's not forget, let's say 7 weeks ago before the Carabao final, it was Arsenal are gonna walk a shit league. Look, no one's on it. They're gonna go win it. All of a sudden, it's the league where the Sharks came back. It's the league where it looks like it's Pep's last season. All of a sudden, this league title doesn't seem as dead and, you know, wasted as it once did. It became entertaining again. So if we do it, it's sweet. And there is some sort of rivalry that started with us and City already.
Cool.
In the brief few years it's been, and that's how it should be. Not a cuck off like the last rivalry at the top of the table. It needs to be a proper rivalry.
Hey.
There needs to be some bite to it. There needs to be some real, you know, real old schoolness to it. You know how I like it, how we like it, Grizz. No, we're old school. No, yeah, we're old school, man. That's how we want it. A bit of bite. So if we do it
that
in
other
2
one was
weeks,
embarrassing.
in terms of league title races, it'd be 2-1 City. But we'll see, man. Let's hope we make. Listen, yesterday the emotions were high. Today it's on to the next one, and by next one I mean Burnley, because I expect City to beat Palace on Wednesday. If I'm honest.
And don't forget, weekend we got the FA Cup final, so it's, you know, it's mad as that as well. Somebody said to me, Steve, if it had said beginning of the season you're going to win the FA Cup and the League Cup, I think with us not really being as favourites for the title, some people would have took that, you know. But now you've seen yourself in it, it's like, wow, it could have been a lot different. But we've got to win that FA Cup, man. We've lost the last two, and that doesn't sit well with me, to be fair.
Obviously, we're going to discuss that. Obviously, we're going to discuss the FA Cup final Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday we'll do it. But like I say, it's not a doom and gloom from a City point of view. You know what I mean? If the shoe was on the other foot and Arsenal were going for 2 cups, already had one in the bag, it'd be different. But it's what could have been, in it. We'll see.
I don't know, man. I don't know. If you end up with just a Carabao Cup,
yeah, that would be disappointing. That would be disappointing. If we end up with
Chelsea,
just a Carabao Cup,
I don't know what Chelsea broke. I don't know what Chelsea
if we win the league and an FA Cup in a season where Pep was finished and stuff like that, other teams are spending 500 million on the back of titles, then I think I'll be happy with that.
No, but it's this narrative of we weren't really favourites. We were like,
we wasn't. No, nobody tipped City to win a league on it.
But why not? Why not? City.
You was the main instigator. You turned around and said Pep Guardiola's finished and Manchester City.
And I was wrong.
Right, but what we're saying is that's why nobody tipped it, because
nobody tipped us because of Grizz Khan.
No, can I say something though?
Nobody thought City going to win the title because Grizz Khan.
You come out with
Grizz Khan, look at that. What influencer? Because I said it, City are not favourites. City not favourites.
Some people
got a big voice. You got a big voice.
This is Pep Guardiola, 4 in a row, 5 and 6, right? Talking about our spend, you ended up spending 400 million, yeah? So only 100 million less than us, right? And you're saying you're not favourites, or you weren't one of the expected to win. You fully expected you to win. I think loads of real football people.
I'm a City fan.
I know, but loads of real football people expected City to be there winning. You know what I mean?
You can sugarcoat it all you want, but they didn't. Pep was finished. The signings aren't good enough. Rodri's injured still.
Where do we put Man City? Can we I think we should look at the.
I think we should let the season end. He's right.
Yeah, when the season ends, we'll look.
When the season ends, then we talk in it. Like he's right at the moment. He's right. He's not giving up. He's not folded. He still thinks they're going to win the league. He still thinks Arsenal.
There's no point in being a football fan if you don't think that. You've got to think it. I get some people are like, nah, it's over, and some people's personalities are like that. There's some people that are really positive, some people that are really negative. There's some people that are really like pessimistic, whatever. But I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm just got to see what happens. Like I say, but we've just murdered ourselves, in my opinion. Like I say, it's down to Arsenal now, and if Arsenal win it, they deserve to win it. That's what I've always said. And people go, oh, you can't win. Because if you came on here and said they don't deserve it, they cheated, they did this, you'd be public enemy number one. If you come on here and say, well done, Arsenal, you deserve it, you get the gimps going, oh, you're saying that now. So you literally can't win. So no matter what anyone says, You literally can't win. But like you say, I've seen 21 trophies in 10 years. Yeah. So I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So I'm sticking with it.
I don't personally. I don't think it's positively negative. I think it's just realistic. Like, if Arsenal didn't have 2 dead rubbers in front of them, I'm all for the positivity. I'm all for the hope. But they've literally got 2 dead rubbers. We've just heard Crystal Palace's manager come out and say, "This won't be match fixing. We don't give a shit. We've got things to do.
That was a bit weird.
We've got games to play."
That's class, though. That's class, no man. He's a madman.
Yeah,
He just,
bro, brother, even Parish is going to benefit from Arsenal winning the league with that Eze 10 million.
Oh yeah,
So,
Eze. Oh,
I'm sorry, bro, I do not see it one bit. I'm sorry. I think we can all agree, if they weren't to win it from this point onwards, I don't even know what we'd even say. I think we'd all be absolutely shell shocked. Honestly, I think we'd be all absolutely gobsmacked if they didn't win it from here. It'd be the biggest surprise of all time.
That when Arsenal lost to, was it they lost or drew to Southampton? Was Southampton relegated that time?
When?
Or was the confirmed relegation?
Was it 3-3?
22-23.
Yeah.
3-3. Draw,
Yeah.
3-3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, because obviously I know it's a wild shout, but you know what I mean? It's one of them ones where like you said there, Matisse, man, it's 2 dead rubbers, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Arsenal did their job, man. West Ham, we said it. They win that game, it's their title. So that was the game where you do your job, and they've done it. And you get me, like you deserve to win the league title. I think you got to give it to them, and it's what it is. It's 2 games to go. You win them 2 games, it's done. You win it at Selhurst Park.
It'd be nice to go to the last game though, where it's like end of the season, where you think if Arsenal lose and City win, or something like that along them lines, where you think that could, because then it's exciting, and it last game it is what it is. You know, if you fall short, it is what it is. But during the game, can you imagine it's like Palace went 1-0 up or something, and then City's like, because this is what's happened with City and Liverpool. Them games were mad at the end of the season. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to take it to. Let's take it to that.
You seemed a bit upset, Saeed? Controversy and all, and even now the way.
No, I'm not upset. I just said for me it was a foul, and my thing is the consistency. I just hope Arsenal fans know that they've been doing a lot of that this season, and just be honest. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, they always say, the refs are against us, but they weren't against you there. So
did they make the right decision?
I don't think it's a bad decision. I think it's the right decision. But there is a situation at the start of the season, Bayende, when Saliba held his arm and he obstructed him. So for me, it's about consistency.
Should they continue making wrong decisions so that we never can go back to a wrong decision and say, well, they did this? Or should they make a right decision and then continue making right decisions?
No, continue making right decisions, 100%.
So maybe football's changed forever then after yesterday.
No, I don't think it's changed. I don't personally like VAR.
I just don't think anyone knows what's clear and what's not.
Exactly.
No
yeah.
You look at if you freeze frame that corner, there's about 10 fouls going on in there.
Yeah.
And then some games get given, some games don't give it. You can't touch a goalkeeper now. We know that. We've seen it with City Liverpool last season. Alisson, remember when City scored and someone I think Akanji had his hand on him? That was a similar sort of thing. They give it to the thing. But the fact is, we have seen Arsenal on corners pulling people, fucking doing all that. I think we got away with it. I think they've clamped on it now. I've seen some ex-referee talking about they're going to have to bring in some sort of rule where the players aren't allowed in the 6-yard box or something. I'm like, fuck me, football's been going on for years and years. You've just got to tighten up on it or something, or I don't know. But we are seeing corners is like the Royal Rumble now. Years ago, corner was tactical, innit? You'd like the small men had marked the small men, the big men had marked the big men, the corner floated in, and that was it. Now it's literally like all tactical. You get the small ones on the big ones so that they can fall over, and it looks like the big guy's ploughed into him and he hasn't, and it's the goalkeeper gets pushed in the net, and it's just mental, like every corner that comes in. But
you know what?
I think
Turkish asked. I think Turkish just mentioned about will it change the game or something? I think it will. I think there's going to be massive debates and discussions about moving forward after all this grappling and stuff in the box. I think they're going to have to make clear rules, because you're right. At the moment, there is nothing. We don't know. When we see a VAR in a corner situation, we don't know what they're looking for, what's going to happen, if they're going to see that tug, if they're going to see that pull. My worst one, I think, if they give penalties straight away for, when you get blockers now, so you get a smaller man marking the big man.
Yeah.
For example, I'm going to use Liverpool as an example in case people think, oh, why is he, we're talking. So, for example, McAllister marking Dan Burn, right? Giving you an example, but McAllister's not looking at the ball, no nothing. He's just grappling, holding.
Yeah.
So many teams do that. That has to be a penalty straight away, because Trossard done it. Everyone does it. All the little men are used as blockers, not markers, blockers. Since when has blocking been allowed in football? I know physical contact's allowed, but a block is considered a foul, right? In play, when you block someone off, it's given as a foul. So
Depends, though, man. There's a fine line. Obviously,
Turkish, when you're not looking at the ball, the corner's coming. You're looking at the man. The man's looking for the corner. I'm the attacker. I'm looking for the corner. I got next man facing me. Why are you looking at me?
Because I'm marking you, innit? It's like it's a bit of basketball to that. It's screening.
There's a difference between basketball and football. This is what I'm saying. But they're blocking me. They're holding me, like going for the ball. That's not
but then there's also come on, you're saying since when is, bro? We grew up on that. That's probably.
Bro, they're gonna change that. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna change that.
Yeah, but we also grew up. But keepers were more protected in the Schmeichel era.
100% more.
100% now. Together, and then more madmen back in.
A little tap, and it was
So this is a bit.
But I'm telling my keeper, if I'm a manager now, to literally plow through everyone and just punch heads off. Because I'm saying the keeper's got. I see Donnarumma sometimes, the size of him, and he's getting sandwiched between two players, and he's like flapping at it. I'm like, wipe him out, because Ederson's taking heads off, mate, putting people in concussions and that, because he knows his rights. The keeper ain't getting done for that. The keeper goes for the ball and plows through a few players. There's no way the goal is getting done. Simple as that. But it's just getting mad. But this could just be a mad phase, I think, because Arsenal early in the season were getting criticised for it. Later on in the season, they've not been that. I think someone said the other day they've had something like 47, 52 corners or something since the last set piece goal or something. So it's not working anymore. People are getting wise to it. The long throws have come back in and stuff like that. It's just carnage in the box, isn't it? But I think it'll phase out, maybe next season they'll tighten up on it. But like you say, the controversy there is mad. But I've said it all season about not knowing what's going on. If you're in that stadium at weekend, you're the last person to know. We've got replays at home and we can see it, and we're pretty up to date. Imagine being in that stadium. You had them Arsenal fans who were thinking shit, and you had them West Ham fans thinking we've got a lifeline, and you're waiting on a referee to say something down a microphone. It's fucking embarrassing. If he'd have shown that on that screen at the time they were looking at it, the place would have gone off me. Arsenal fans, because nobody would have knew. Because nobody knew. You're thinking in your back of your head it's a foul, but then you're thinking, yeah, but this ref might not give this here. You was thinking it Turkish. You was thinking you've got to give it. You weren't 100% in your mind sure that he was going to give that. You was thinking, got to give it.
I was sure.
So you're shitting it though, thinking they might have us over here. They might have us over here. Do you know what I mean? That's what you're thinking. And I just think the standard of refereeing in this country is very, very poor. I think it's very, very poor. We see it abroad and we see World Cups and we see that we don't see this kind of madness really. But I don't know. I don't know where it. And then when you see them ref cams and the refs are running around the pitch commentating on the game, have they not got enough to focus on without? Why the fuck are they doing that? Do you know what I mean? Short pass, no foul, keep moving. Number 10. I'm thinking, mate, I can ref the game while I'm doing that. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if they need extra help on something or some. I don't know what's going to go on with it, but it's mad. But we'll see. We'll see. But I think it was a foul. I think it was a foul.
Yeah, 100%
I think,
foul.
It was the Royal Rumble. I think Raya was lucky a little bit as well because I think he had clear hands there. I think he did flap it a bit, but that guy with his hand across him, I don't know what you're doing there. I just don't know why that's there. Do you know what I mean? But
I see
Mad.
another arm today from another player pulling Raya's
Yeah,
shirt.
there's
So he
one
was
pulling
fouled
him
twice. I
behind.
didn't even
There's
see
one
that.
pulling him behind. When you see the freeze frame of that, it's literally the Royal Rumble. There's people in headlocks. There's people going over one way. It's mad. But in real time, it happened that quick. I think everyone thought it was a goal. You know what I mean? And then they started scrutinizing it, and you think, yeah.
The Brighton manager, Fabian Hertzler, they've brought in a grappling coach.
Yeah, UFC and that. Yeah,
They brought in a grappling coach, people, for training sessions.
But you know what it is, yeah? I don't necessarily mind that. Like,
no, I don't mind it, but
then,
then let's not complain about any decisions that are given against or
no, but Grizz, there is grappling in the football sense, which was a thing a long time ago, and it seems to be a thing more recent as well. In between it softened up a little bit. But there's holding a keeper's arm from rising. That's a foul today, yesterday. If it was Schmeichel in 99, if it was Seaman in 98, that's a foul. You can't hold a man's arm, so that's different, right? We all agree that's a foul. But the grappling side of things, I think the corners are meant for the big men. Pause. But I mean, you know, the tall players, the physical players. It's always been like that. So I think in terms of on the pitch, not set pieces, it's a non-contact sport. I mean, it's a contact sport, sorry, but it's become more of a non-contact sport over the last 15 years than it should be, in my opinion. Now we're going to try to take that out of corners as well. And don't get it twisted. We used to get bullied on corners for like,
I remember Stoke days. Remember Stoke back in the day?
10 years, bro. 10 years. 15 years.
Mad.
So, like, it's not like we have been dominant for 5 or 10 years.
I don't think you should be able to wrap your arms around people's bodies. This is what I'm saying. Like,
that's a foul.
You're still, because we can, because I agree. You're stopping someone from the keep. You're stopping the keeper from claiming the corner or going for the ball if you put your hand on his arm. You are stopping a player from jumping and contesting for a header to score or head the ball away or whatever. If you have your arms and you're giving them a bear hug and you're literally wrapping your whole human body strength around someone whilst they're going for the ball.
Facing the other way.
Why that's now allowed, I have no idea. That's not an Arsenal thing. That's just a
do you think if you had in the box, John Terry, Tony Adams, Rio Ferd, it's a lot more physical. But so do you think that sort of level in the box, right, in terms of defending and attacking, should be ref the same way as a bunch of fairies in the box, players that ain't used to contact? No, them players should stay out the box. It's time for the guys to come in for the corner. That's
I hear you.
Turkish. I hear what you're trying to say.
I don't know about the rest, but my
think
point
you have to have one rule just for
Matisse, one second.
In general.
One second. The what you're saying, Turkish, I'm fully agreement with. For example, when you had man-to-man marking, I'm just giving you an example. So Terry marks Ferdinand, Stam marks whoever the other centre backs. You know, the tall, big physical men are marking the tall, big physical men. I'm talking about this tactic, and I don't know if it's recent because we don't study set pieces and study.
I get what you mean. I've seen that.
We haven't studied.
They're not watching the ball. They're not watching the ball.
Saeed, it might be going on forever and ever. We don't know. But I feel as though set piece coaches, tactics, and I'm praising Arsenal, by the way, for working out how to get the best out of the possible set piece situation scenarios. They've been elite at it. And we can laugh and we can cuss and we can banter about it. But it's pretty much won them the league, guys. Let's be honest and real. So I'm not saying it's an Arsenal issue. I'm saying that issue of using the fairies, like you're referring to, as non-entities just to block and hold. Fuck the ball. Fuck the game situation. You're so small that the referee might not even see you because he's looking at the goalkeeper only. That's a foul. And that can't carry on.
You know what it is? This is magnified because of the real issue.
It's magnified.
The real issue is open play and grassroots. There ain't ballers anymore. So what we are doing is capitalizing off of a strength of ours when the quality of football now, whether in terms of ballers, right, it's at a very poor level. So our set pieces is up there. But what, you lot don't think Man United 3-peat treble winning season, you don't think that man was holding players in the box? You don't think Chelsea's Jose Mourinho? No one complained then because there was panache on the pitch in open play. And that was the main. The corners were like there's a corner now. Let's get him up. Let's get him up. This is a big chance. Like
Do you know
it
what
is
else as
now.
well?
It's the same thing now. It's just that you don't have the Arjen Robbins or the Ryan Giggses or even the Roy Keanes or the Patrick Vieiras. Like you don't have that in open play in terms of output that looks better than set pieces.
Yeah,
the set pieces hasn't changed. The set pieces it's just become more magnified because football is dead now.
Yeah, but do you know what else happens to Turkish as well, right? The managers have got no balls, and what I mean by that is, if Arsenal are taking a corner against Man City, right, we've got every single player back in that box, right? Haaland, Semenyo, Doku. What the fuck's Doku doing in the box? What the fuck's Semenyo doing? He's getting there for his height. If we leave Haaland, Semenyo, Doku outside the box on the edge, Arsenal's got a dilemma then. Do we put all the big men in the box here? But if City get the ball out of here, they've got Jeremy Doku on a 2-on-1, Semenyo, Haaland on the break. So then I think then it forces the team to say, you know what, we've got to keep a couple of men back just in case. Because what you get when City now, we put everybody in the box to defend. They put every single one of their men in the box. So you're getting like fucking 20 men in there. Whereas years ago, you'd think, nah, we've got to keep a couple of fullbacks back and a midfielder just in case they break. And then you'd have 3 more there. So I think that's gone out the game. I think someone tried it against Arsenal, leaving some men up one game. And then after that,
Chelsea done it.
Yeah, it never filtered out. But I'm telling you, years ago, you wouldn't have seen Ryan Giggs and all them players in the box defending on corners. They were the outlet ball. That was it for Jaap Stam and them to clear it. And then United's got you on the break. Kanchelski's on the break. Now you got Jeremy Doku defending in the box.
But you know why though, Steve? For me though, what I find very, very interesting is that these guys are putting the ball pinpoint accuracy in the box. So it's like if you give Declan Rice or Saka, whoever's on the corner, the ball's going directly in that danger area. And what I don't like for me is the backing into the goalkeepers to the point where it's becoming so mad in there, congested. Cool, the keeper's got to be strong and clear everyone out, but it's almost becoming WWE in there, guys. It's getting too much. Now that has to come from the referee, because if you watch the Champions League, they don't stand for that. I don't know if you've seen it, but they were like, yo, make sure if you do that again, it's going to be a free kick to the other side. So they're very, very stern. Problem is with the referees here, they're very, very weak. They'll wait until VAR after. So if they say, lads, stop this, you, make sure you're not doing all this, then these players will listen. But because they've got free reign and they're allowed to do what they got to do, then they're going to continue doing it. So I feel like now the referees, are they liking it? Are they liking the fact that VAR, ref watch, all of this? I don't know. Maybe it's adding to the drama of the game because, like you said, Turkish, there isn't the other side of the game that's maybe influencing everything.
Because do you think Rio, Vidic, and Stam were some ballet dancers in the box?
That's what. But yeah, I hear that.
Them men were known for being very physical in the box.
I agree.
So nothing's changed. It's just
I agree, but at the same time, though,
has magnified it more because if City were the City of 2 years ago, or it was still Klopp's Liverpool with that front three, it wouldn't be magnified as much. It would be styles make fight. It's just that we're winning with it, and it happens to be us who's made a lot of the football world sick for one reason or another over the years, and it's just magnified more.
I don't think you can say nothing's changed. You have to admit that tactics, there is methods. Yeah, there is dark arts at play now. Much more. It's more focused. There's more training. Like you can imagine, Pulis and Bolton and them days and whatever Stoke and Allardyce days just getting in the mixer, so to speak. Now there is more.
They're training on it now. They're training on it.
There is no, you do this, you hold him, you grapple him. There is more to it right now. And you're right, it's magnified, but it's magnified because your team doing it as the main weapon, whether Arsenal fans like it or not, and I wouldn't give a shit if I'm an Arsenal fan, but whether you like it, whether you're not, it's been used as a major, major weapon in you winning the league, and that's why it's highlighted. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Tobes is there, but his camera's not on, so I'm not going to bring him in yet.